Hey guys, it's Sherry. Scary Sherry from Sherry's Journey, Sherry's Crazy Journey. I'm a little frustrated right now, and I'll set the scene for you. Our apartments are doing a lot of work on our apartments over the next 6 or 8 months, and they decided in the middle of a winter storm to exchange out all the windows and all the apartments and all the front doors. I'm okay with that, okay? I could live in my car. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But they were going to do our apartment today. So we got ready. We moved shit around. I got a lot of stuff from my mama's room in here. And we had to move everything from around the windows. We still got ice outside. Let me see if I can get that on here for you. Where's my finger? You see it right out there? See that green grass? It's all over the apartment complex. That's our front way right there. We get no sunshine right there at all during the winter months, especially. In the summer, maybe an hour or two we get right there. So I can't even grow things. I've tried. But anyhow, so they were going to do ours today. They decided to wait and do it tomorrow. Tomorrow it's going to be a little warmer, mid-40s, but it's supposed to rain all day. Okay. I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. They're upstairs right now, and they're behind us over on that side, doing the windows and the front doors. It's noisy, okay? It's noisy. I can handle it. I've raised 3 boys with autism, okay? They're handling it not quite so well. I don't know how they're going to do tomorrow when they can't be on their TVs and their video games, but we'll see how that goes, okay? So I'm not frustrated for me. I'm frustrated for them, and I'm frustrated for my mama. God bless my mama, okay? This has been a great time. I mean, she has very severe dementia, okay? It's no joke. But she doesn't have Alzheimer's. So she's not having a lot of the other issues that you get with Alzheimer's. But she can remember who she is. She remembers her family. She remembers a lot of things. But she can't remember anything in the last year or 2 or 10 or 12. You know, she keeps asking me the same things over and over again. And I'm patient. I'm very patient. People who know me know that. I couldn't be raising the kids that I've raised and be who I am without patience, okay? And this is what I did my whole life. I worked with elderly people, and I worked with people with children with disabilities. So, you know, I'm used to it. I did management. I did direct care. Everything and anything you can think of, I've worked it in that field. But I got to go home after my shift. I don't get to leave this place, and so it's not an 8-hour or 10-hour or 12-hour day job. It's 24 hours a day. Some days they'll be asleep all day and up all night. Some days they'll sleep at night and be up all day. The schedule here was unpredictable before, but it was predictable because I was a night person and everybody was on my schedule. But now I can lay down, try to go to sleep. Somebody's in here turning on the light, doing something. That's okay. I'm patient, okay? But my poor mama, and shouldn't say poor because she is happier than she has ever been in her entire life. I've never seen her so happy and content. But she does get up and get into stuff and is trying to do stuff that doesn't need to be done. Or is waiting for me to do, and I'm not fast enough, and she doesn't know that I've got it set up the way I want it, even though I could tell her 1,000 times. I called her 10-second Tom a week or 2 ago. It's more like 5-second Tom now. Like I said, she remembers who her sister is, who her kids are. She knows who she is. But she doesn't know what she did 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. She comes in here and eats 8 times a day. I don't keep sweets in the house anymore. I don't keep cakes or cookies or anything like that because she's eating and eating and eating. because she's forgotten that she just ate. And she'll swear to God that she hasn't eaten all day. You know, I told y'all that in the last video. But now she keeps coming in here because she's hearing them working. And she kind of is holding on to the idea that we're getting our windows and door replaced. But she keeps forgetting if they're doing ours today or when they're coming tomorrow. Or they, you know, it's the same questions over and over and over again. And so I want to explain to her and tell her what's going on, but she just forgets it. She just forgets it. And that's been going on for a year or so, but it's getting really bad, you know? Like, she's been in here 5 times today talking about why we got snow in front of our house and nowhere else. And I've explained to her why we do. I'm quitting explaining now because it's getting frustrating for me. I just say, yeah, isn't that strange? And move on about my business. I miss my mama. But if I go in there and say something sweet to her, she'll come right back at me with something sweet, you know, or, you know, give her love, she gives me love back. She's still my mom in that way, but I can go in there and tell her something serious and it'll be forgotten in 10 minutes, you know, 5 minutes. She can talk to her sister on the phone and forget it in 5 minutes. She thinks she hasn't talked to her in years, you know, and it's just frustrating. Not because I'm personally frustrated, but because I'm frustrated for her, you know? And it does try my patience time after time. If I'm trying to do something, like I was trying to fill out an application for something online, she keeps coming in here talking to me. And even though she can see that I'm doing something, and that would have given her a clue a year or two ago, she doesn't get the drift now. She's kind of like another autistic kid. She just keeps talking to me, and I keep having to start over. And finally, I'll put it down. And then she'll get frustrated with me, and she'll be like, okay, I'll go in my room. I'm like, no, Mom, I don't want you to go in your room. I got a lot of things I got to get done, and I got no help, even though they all try to help. They all try to help. Well, Pax doesn't. He's not there yet. But Gage is a huge help. Gage wants to do too much as well. He wants to do more than he should in one area and not enough in the areas that I need him to do things in. So that's some kind of weird thing. But I appreciate whatever I can get, and I appreciate that they're here, and I love them, and they give me a purpose. And if anyone else is out there caring for parents with dementia or elderly parents or teenagers with behavior issues and autism, those are separate from my kids. Their behaviors are not related to their autism. Some of them are, but a lot of them are related to their exposure before birth. And ADHD, you know, those type of things. But I just wanted to share and vent a little bit, you know. Mama keeps coming out, going to the window, saying the same 3 things. Oh my God, they're just leaving the doors and windows right out here. Well, they stacked them up there when they unloaded the truck, because the truck unloaded and left, and the workers have their own truck. So, yeah, the windows and doors are leaned up against a tree, and they're putting the old ones out there on the ground, and they'll pick them all up when they're done. So she'll mention that. She'll mention the ice and snow in front of our house. She kind of knows that they're doing our windows and door tomorrow because all of her stuff in her room is disarray. She's had to move to the opposite side of her bed, which is strange for her because, you know, but she keeps asking me the same things. How long have we lived here? 14 years, Mama. We've been here 14 years. And just so you know, that's a record for her and for me. When she was growing up, her parents, my grandparents, were Salvation Army officers. And those are preachers. They're ministers. But they do move around a lot. And they move to different churches around the country. I guess if they want, they can go to different countries. But they move around, kind of like you do when you're in the American service. And my daddy was in the service. So when she was young, when she married my dad, when we were born, we were always moving. We never stayed somewhere more than a year or two. And even as an adult, I never stayed anywhere more than a year or two. And the longest place she lived was the Towers before she moved here with me. And that was about 10 years. We've been here 14 years. And so tired of it. It's driving me stir crazy being in the same place this long. I could have never owned a home. And my daddy could never understand that I didn't want to buy a home and live in it and have the American dream. Fuck the American dream, you feel me? The American dream is a nightmare. We have to work to sun up to sundown, and you slave for the money and the man, and you got to do the same thing every day, and I just never wanted that. It wasn't for me. But here I am. Frustrated, happy. I'm happy to get new windows and doors. I don't know if they're going to survive it tomorrow because it's going to be cold and rainy outside. And all our windows and doors are going to be off. I got this little heater right here. And I got a little portable one in Mom's room that I'll put on full blast, run my electric bill up. But anyway, that's a little bit about what's going on here in my day. Been cooking at home a lot. Maybe I want to start doing some cooking videos. And I tried to do one the other day, but I couldn't figure out how to pause my video and then restart it. I'm going to have to get an app that I can do that with, where I can pause the video and come back an hour or two later and show what's going on, because nobody wants a 10-hour long video of me cooking. I don't even want that. Anyway, hope everybody's great. Hope everybody's electricity's back on. Some people are still without, and that makes absolutely no sense in 2026. Okay? They can replace anything in a couple of days. What is taking them so long? Really? People shouldn't suffer like that in this day and time, in this country anyway. I mean, if you live outside, you're used to it, and it's not as cold as it is for people who aren't used to it, but they need to get that fixed. But I hope all of my friends are good. Got a friend who's in the hospital today, and she knows who she is if she watches this. Worried about her, worried about you, girl. Let me know if you're good. Anyway, talk to everybody later. Gonna get off of here and go hide in the bathroom. Smoke a cigarette. Gotta have some vices, girls and boys. You just got to. Love y'all.